a mentor with an alum with Team 1816, the Green Machine, and we are going to get going.
Great.
All right, good morning, everyone. Hope everyone is enjoying this wonderful fall November weather today. We're very excited to have you at the Leadership Boot Camp experience. So this will be a two Saturdays, the first of two. So to get us started, I'll introduce our team. So we're Team 1816, the Green Machine from Edina, and the mission of our team is to create bold, confident leaders who transform culture to promote value and celebrate STEM. And we do this through our core values of respect, trust, inclusivity, commitment, and joy of life.
Okay, so we're gonna start off with some introductions just so we can get to know everyone. You're gonna have your name, your team number, your role or roles on the team, and then a question you have for the next person. So to start, my name is Prudence. I'm with Team 1816, and I'm one of this year's co-captains. And then the question I have for the next person would be, what's your favorite color? And then we'll just have our team introduce ourselves first, and then we'll go from there.
All right, so I'm Sam. I'm from Team 1816. I'm the assistant captain and the business lead, and my favorite color is blue. For the next person, what's your favorite animal?
I'm JJ. I'm on Team 1816, and I'm on build and media. My favorite animal is definitely a dog. And for the next person, what is your least favorite color?
My name is Sarah. I am from Team 1816. I am one of the build leads for this season. I am currently a senior in high school, and my least favorite colors are red. My question is, what is your favorite sport?
I'm Xana. I am from Team 1816. My role is outreach lead. My favorite sport is Taekwondo, and my question is, if you could travel anywhere around the world, where would you go?
I'm Alex. I'm from Team 1816. I am on the business and control systems programming teams. And if I could travel anywhere in the world, I would go somewhere warm. My question is, what is your favorite part of FRC?
My name's Ian. I'm one of the assistant captains for this year and vision lead. And I would definitely say my favorite part of FRC would be things like this. I actually really like doing things like this and presentations. So yeah, my next question would be, what's your favorite food? Because food is awesome.
My name is... I'm Naren. I'm on Team 1816, and I'm on the business team and looking to be on the build team. And my favorite food, so the question is pizza. And my question for the next person is, what is your favorite subject in school?
My name is Alec. I'm on Team 1816. I'm on build. My favorite subject would probably be history. And my next question, my question for the next person would be, what's your favorite fruit?
And we'll have Athena go first.
Hi, I'm Athena. I'm on Team 2823. I'm on the build team, and my favorite fruit is grapes, I think. And my question is, what's your least favorite sport to play or to watch?
Anders.
Hi, my name is Anders. I am from Team 3745. I am the team captain. My least favorite sport to play and or watch is baseball. And my question for the next person is, what is your favorite mythical creature?
Then Mason.
So my name is Mason. I'm from Team 4229, Magnatech. I'm the programming captain. I also do a lot of work with team coordination, and we're a small enough team that I go where I'm needed. And I think my favorite mythological creature, I'm gonna have to say sea serpents, just because there's so many things you can do with that, and they're all really interesting. And I don't know if there's anyone after me, but my question would be, what's your favorite FRC game, like, of the years?
Do we want to do mentors? Does any mentor want to start? Shimizu, maybe?
Hi, I'm Lori Shimizu. I'm a mentor with Team 1816. And the question was my favorite FRC game. It would probably have to be 2012 and Rebound Rumble. And the last shot at the buzzer when the robot shot the that basketball right into the hoop from truly across the court. That was an amazing, exciting moment. So Rebound Rumble.
What's your question for the next person?
Oh, oh, okay. I'm not yet awake this morning. My question. Oh, wow. I am truly, most of my questions have been taken. So.
I'd volunteer to go next. I kind of like.
I'm going to volunteer Jim to go.
I like the, what for mentors, what is your favorite game from the past? Because I think there's so many memories there. So I'll go. I'm Jim Nichols. I'm with 4536 Minute Bots from St. Paul Central. And I haven't been in the robotics a long time, but I think my first year really being involved was the Stronghold year, which was like 3 years ago, I think, or something like that. And I just thought that the game was pretty interesting. Lots of variety, lots of challenges. The trying to build short robots that could fit underneath certain things was great. So, and I'll say, I think we should just pass, if that's okay, I'd pass that question on to the next mentor.
Okay, I'll take that. My name is Ian Mcintyre. I'm a mentor on 1816. My favorite game was, I think, 2011 Lunacy. No, sorry, 2009. And that game was played, it was supposed to be played under low gravity conditions. And so to emulate that, we didn't play on a carpet, we played on a kind of very slippy surface. So it was hard to go fast, and it was harder to push people, but it was a very interesting game. And I'm just going to pass the same question on to the next person.
My name's Rachel. I'm a mentor with Team 1816. My favorite FRC game is also Rebound Rumble. It's my first year as a student, and I also like the last second 3-point shot. But I also liked how the game was so relatable to the public. You knew exactly what was happening. You could tell it to everyone. We made a robot that could shoot baskets, and everyone knew exactly what you were talking about.
So I'm James Iliff. I'm the district coordinator for St. Paul Public Schools. Last year was my first year, so it was my first year seeing a challenge. And I was really inspired by last year's challenge. It was unfortunate that we didn't get to execute it with all the great robots that we built, but maybe this year we'll get to do it. We'll see.
Okay, that's everyone.
All right, now we're gonna play a fun game that's kind of an icebreaker, get to know you type thing called This or That. So we will be splitting you up into two groups, one for each side. So one group would be square cut pizza and one group would be triangle cut pizza. And then you have a couple minutes to go into a breakout room and talk about why your side is the best and kind of formulate an argument and then nominate a speaker to tell your argument to the whole group. And we'll pull you out of your breakout rooms when that's ready to happen. So there's going to be two breakout rooms that you'll be able to join, room 1 and room 2. So you can join room 1 if you like square cut pizza and join room 2 if you like triangle cut pizza.
And they're in the bottom if you just look
Yeah.
at breakout rooms, and it's 1 and 2. So one is square cut, you said?
Yep, 1 is square cut, 2 is triangle cut pizza.
All right. And everybody can go ahead and join.
And that includes 1816 members as well.
Sorry, where's the option to join breakout rooms? I'm not seeing it.
And if you don't see it, I can assign you. So if you're not seeing it, just speak up and then I will assign you. You'll have to tell me what room you want to be assigned to.
I don't see it.
So Mason,
Triangle.
You room can just 1 for me, please. Thank you.
Okay. Who else?
I do
I
not
also-
see it either.
Oh, you go first.
Anders, what room?
What was it? Room 2 for triangle pizza?
Got it. Who else?
Me. I'll go to room 2 also.
When you say me, say your name.
Naren. Naren.
Okay. Thanks, Naren. Room 2.
Yeah.
Okay. Who else?
Alec, I'll go to room 2, please.
Thanks, Alec.
Thank you.
Alec.
Sarah Swan to square.
Okay. Thanks, Sarah. Who else?
Xana to triangle, room 2.
Got it. Okay. So we got Athena, Lane, Jim.
I'm Prudence and I'll go to the triangle, so room 2.
Okay.
James, I'll go to triangle.
Gotcha. I would have marked you for a square, but
It was a tough decision.
all right. Lane. Lori.
I'm going to stay here with you, James.
Got it.
Uh,
Rachel.
I'm going to stay here too. And James, my name's Ian.
Ian. Oh, I'm sorry.
IAIN.
Yep,
Yeah.
got it. Okay, sorry. All right.
James,
What are
could
they
you-
doing? What are they
could
doing
you-
in the breakout rooms?
So they are discussing among themselves. They have to take a position. They're going to have to come back out of the breakout rooms and try to convince us whether the argument for square cut pizza or triangle cut pizza is the better argument.
Nice.
So we essentially are acting as, quote, the judges,
Mhm.
and they are elevator pitching us.
Nice.
So this is a way of getting into what they're going to need to do, which is when they put together their presentation again, remember, it's a elevator pitch in a way.
Yeah. Oh, that's
So-
awesome.
So it's a way to introduce that. The question is just looking at time, whether we should just do one of these. It may take a while to get everybody back and settled in. So I'm wondering, in the interest of time, if we might just do one instead of both that we had.
If you could, pardon me, if you could put me in breakout room 2, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And who?
Alec, ALEC.
Oh, I didn't see up there. I'm really sorry. Breakout room 2.
That's all right. Yeah. Thank you.
Yep.
And Alex, how about you?
It looked like, Alex, you should be in room 2. It says not joined. I see you're listed. Can you join room 2?
Oh, yeah, I can.
Okay. Oops. So James, do you also have anybody waiting to be led into the meeting? Because one of our mentors ended up dropping. Do
Okay.
you see anyone, Donna Roman maybe, waiting to be
Let
admitted?
me- where would
Yeah.
I see that? Breakout rooms, chat. There was before this presentation view. Oh, here it is. Admit, admit, admit. There it is. I got it.
Okay. It's complicated. Oh, we have Athena back.
Hey, Athena.
I think that's what's going to happen is we may end up with students who, or any of us, will inadvertently leave the meeting versus move around in the meeting. So
Yep, gotcha. Athena, do you want to be dropped back into a breakout room?
Hi, sorry, my internet cut out and I just like got kicked out of like the meeting.
Yeah, no worries.
Sorry.
What room were you in? Square or triangle?
I think I was in breakout room 2. Yeah, it was
Okay,
triangle.
no problem.
Thank you.
Yep. Hi, Donna.
yay, Donna, you're back in.
Hello. It took a while.
Yeah, we're all getting used to all of this. It seems
Yeah.
that if we inadvertently exit the meeting, we've truly thrown ourselves offline. So it's
Yeah,
coming
yeah.
back in is tough. I'm looking at the time, James. I think we'll
Yep.
just do one round of this and then we
Okay.
can move on to the next piece of, ooh, someone has
Well,
dog.
Trent's yelling because I think they projected Biden to win.
Oh, okay. Well, thanks for that update.
Yeah, Trent, you need to be quiet.
Yeah, we can hear you. Okay, cool. All right, let's give them 1 or 2 more minutes.
Okay.
Just to have the conversation. Then we can what will happen, James, will end up throwing them all off the Zoom and they'll have to log back in. So
Okay.
my guess, that's just a guess. Oh, what a day. And then what we'll do, James, is then we're just going to move on to, the rest of what we've mapped out for the morning, where we'll get into the heart of this, which is we're here to figure out how to put some decent presentations together that will allow team members to really modify them as they need them to be, whether to a sponsor, to parents, to whomever the audience is. And the other thing to think about while we're giving them another moment, next Saturday is truly share out day. And after this morning, I'd like you to talk with Jim about if we need to modify what we do next Saturday. Given that we have a small number of team members participating, we all want you and Jim to think through what would be the best next step for next Saturday.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool. All right, team, are we ready to pull them back and
So I'm gonna
throw them out? And
I'm gonna broadcast a message to them that says, in 1 minute, we will close. Well, I wonder if they can exit the room themselves. In 1 minute, please exit the breakout room and rejoin the main room. We will close the breakout rooms and you may have to rejoin Zoom altogether.
Yep.
Okay, so I'll broadcast that out, And then we'll give them 1 minute to
Yeah, we may. If you hear me tapping away, James, I'm just writing a note that because of the breakout rooms, we may or may not, we may modify how we do our activity at the end of the morning.
Okay.
So we'll be working through that. So if you see us all distracted typing with each other, that's we're just trying to figure it out.
Yep, I get it.
Stop laughing, Ian. You know we're just making this up as we go.
All right, I'm gonna close the breakout rooms and we'll see
Cool.
what happens here.
Yeah, I've never used the breakout rooms myself, but I think if you close them, it then gives you a minute, gives them a minute or something. It doesn't close them immediately, but
Oh, I see.
There's a minute period, and then it directs everybody back.
Yep, I see that right now.
Oh, they're coming. Oh, this is now it's working.
Yeah, you just summoned us all back.
Oh, that's cool.
Perfect. Okay, so now we know. Phew. Okay. Rachel, ignore what I just typed you. I think we're good.
All right, Alex, would you like to direct who's going?
Sure. Let's hear, is everybody back yet?
I believe so. I was the last to leave the triangle cut pizza room.
Yeah, there's 19 people, so we're good.
Okay. Would the square cut pizza people like to go? Actually, triangle cut pizza, because there were more people in that room. They can go first.
All right. As the representative of the triangle pizza, I have been designated to present our reasoning for why triangle cut pizza is the superior and intended way to cut a pizza. So first, every single piece of pizza in a triangle cut pizza has a handle from the crust. The crust helps keep the toppings on your piece of pizza because it acts as a binder between the layer of cheese and sauce and the bottom part of the pizza as well. The points in triangle cut pizza are really fun to eat. Really probably the most fun part about eating a triangle cut pizza. So we define a pizza as a type of pie, and as such, you wouldn't want to cut any other type of pie in squares, but rather you would cut them in triangles. Squares aren't actually fully possible on a pizza because it's a circle. When you do cut squares into a pizza, you end up wasting a bit of like the outside ring because it's not a full piece, and it ends up just being super crusty, and not many people really end up wanting to eat that. And then triangles are radially symmetrical, which is more visually appealing. And then our last point was President Biden prefers triangle cut pizza. Those are all of our points.
All right. Now let's hear from the square cut pizza people.
Hello, I've been nominated to speak for the side of square cut pizza. First of all, what you pointed out about not all of the squares in a square cut pizza being equally divided, that can actually be a positive. If I'm someone who really likes the crust at a certain pizza place and I'm eating a nice triangle cut pizza and my friend doesn't like the crust at all, we're going to have a problem because I'm going to want all of those crusts and my friend isn't going to want them. But if we got a square cut pizza from the same place, boom, I take all those crust pieces and my friend gets to miss out on all of that goodness and just take those inside pieces. And you know what? You said that no one likes to eat the little outside crust pieces. That hurts. Those are, they're like little bread bites right in there. If you've got any kind of like garlic with a garlic dipping sauce or whatever. That's just like a perfect little snack bite right there. It's delicious. I'm hurt. And also just in general, it's easier to store afterwards. Like, I'm probably not gonna be able to eat a whole pizza either way. If I'm just gonna put everything in a Ziploc bag, it's easier to manage those delicious little squares than these giant unwieldy triangles. Oh man, gotta try to cram them all in, probably messing up all that lovely sauce and cheese that's bound by those oh so important crusts. And oh man, yeah. Also, just in general, it's nice to have the smaller pieces so you can have more control over how much you eat. Thank you for your time.
Great points. Mentors?
I would argue there are no great points in a square cut pizza. That's what angles are for.
So I'll jump in first. While I personally prefer the triangle cut pizza, we're not voting here for our personal preferences as judges. We're here to judge the quality of the presentation. And Mason, you were just so passionate about your square cut pizza that I can't do anything but throw my vote your way.
I would agree with that.
I agree as well. Mason, you sold it.
I believed I learned many more qualities about square cut pizza, and so I think that's my vote goes there.
I'm honored. Thank you all.
Do I get a vote?
Sure you do, James.
I really liked the logical points from the triangle presentation. It was well thought out. There were many points that I didn't even think about. And I was on the side of the square to initially start. But listening to all the points, I was kind of influenced to go over to the other side.
All right. Rachel, pass it back to you for wrap this up and our next step.
Great. This is a great example of what we're going to get in today of you have purpose of tell me about your team, which we'll get into, is being able to convey and convince other people that your team is the best and they should become super fans and supporters of your team. So this is a great interactivity. For the sake of time, we're going to skip the second this or that and get straight into the presentation.
All right, so in this boot camp, it's been designed to basically improve each and every one of you guys' presentation skills on and off the field. It's going to transform each of you into a champion for your team. First is about more than robots. It's about creating a strong image for your brand and also advocating and doing STEM outreach to support the value of your team. It'll ensure that you have the tools to effectively meet these goals by talking to sponsors, judges, and people outside of FIRST, like companies. And it'll also give you concrete examples of effective presentations that we've done that have worked and that have brought in good results, and also will provide you formulas to maximize the communication and create strong presentations that will do the same thing, that will meet your goals and help you reach the biggest audience. Next slide. There we go. So today we'll cover Tell Me About Your Team, which is a framework that we use for presenting to almost every judge, every sponsor, and everyone else. We'll give you an example of an effective presentation like I already talked about. We'll teach you how to create powerful slideshows that draw audience attention. This includes how to make your template, how to provide your team mission, your values, how to put that all together. And we'll also show you the creation of, with that, we'll walk you through the creation of a flexible team overview slideshow that can be expanded as needed. Next slide.
All right, so our expectations are that today we expect that you are participating in discussions, and that if you have any questions, you should jump in and prepare to ask them. You should also have your mics muted when not talking and be listening to others. You should also have your cameras on so we know that you're focused on the presentation. And as we previously did, we will be working in breakout rooms. So just either join the breakout room you're assigned to, or just wait until someone assigns you to the breakout room. And then when you're in the breakout rooms, be prepared to ask questions and answer them, and work with our team leaders to help make tell me about your team better. And we want to limit our conversation to the task at hand. And then we should always remember gracious professionalism. Next slide.
So why should you make a tell me about your team? Well, it ensures a consistent team message. And so no matter who is the audience, whether it's judge, sponsors, or just general people that you're talking to first in robotics about, then you kind of have the same message that you're putting across all through your team. Also, you can create the tell me into your team into a form of an elevator speech. So when you're talking to judges or when you're talking to people in a short amount of time, you can kind of cram some information together and give it to these sponsors or judges or different people that you're talking to give them a little thing about your team to know. And it also provides an easy way to respond to other FRC teams. If you want to introduce yourself, tell a little bit about your history, what you've been doing, then you can just tell people or do your tell me about your team and introduce them to you. As Ian already said, you can transform people into champions for your FRC team. And then it provides a template for creating competition presentations and packets for judges. And so you have this basic tell me about your team, and then you as a team can revise and change the basic presentation to suit any communications need. I recently presented to the school board, and I had a 3-minute timeline to do it. And so we took that basic presentation and we cut it off, we chopped some pieces off, and to make it usable for that point. And also when talking to sponsors, we can add things, add things that are more typical or that we know the sponsors want to see. And so it can change and be updated depending on who you're presenting to and who your audience is. Next slide.
All right, so here's the example that Sarah was talking about. And before we click on it right away, it just says it outlines our team attributes, current events, statistics, outreach, as well as the aspects of FIRST as a whole. So let's go to the school board presentation. Okay, so just your average basic title saying what's it about and what it's to and the date. Next slide. First slide, so it explains FIRST. This has to change varying on who you're presenting to, just basic changes like if you need more information, less information, but it's generally the same amount of FIRST information with just like basic facts. Next slide. And then your team facts are very important. One easy fact to put in is when you were founded, and then just general like other facts that we have, just team member stuff. Next slide. And then team mission, core values. If you don't have your core values, they'll talk about it in the next slide, but it's essentially just using the first core values. This is an award we won. It doesn't have to be this necessarily. It doesn't have to be this like big of an award. It can literally be like something smaller, like we went to a tournament or something like that. But this is just our example. So next slide. Our current outreach events and how much we've done. So it just says 2,000 plus hours. Special events that we wanted to include, just the preseason trainings, the leadership camps, this is one right now. It's just not in the summer. And then advocacy. Yeah. Next slide. And then, of course, right now, recent activity, because with the pandemic, it is really important to let other people know what you've been doing and how you've been staying connected with your team and other people and other teams. So we just did like a ton of knowledge sharing. That's the middle section. We helped build the face shields at the beginning of COVID. And then we did a ton of presentations to other teams and other people. And we did the Build First India thing. Next slide. And then, of course, a thank you slide. But normally we would have our team contact information on this one. It's just we forgot it, and that's just a little, yeah. So yeah, that's just a basic example. And then I'll hand it over to JJ and Alec on a more specified template / how to make a presentation.
Yeah, we're going to go a little bit more in depth about what each slide should have and the type of stuff. So we're ready. If just click the link. So this is our presentation on how to make a presentation. Obviously, you'll want to include a title slide so people know that they're in the right room. But you can also hold this up so people don't, start reading your slides right off the bat. Next slide.
All right, so introduce first. You want to make sure to clearly explain the program from LEGO League Junior all the way up to FRC. Your audience, whether it be school staff, sponsors, other kids, or even parents, they may not have a basic understanding of robotics. You want to make sure to clearly explain the basics and give them that understanding, even though to you it may be common knowledge. So always make sure to include your team's mission and core values. But what if your team doesn't have a mission statement or core values? We, as a team, can offer your team a separate workshop on these topics. And please contact us if you'd be interested in something like that. Next slide, please.
You're going to want to talk about first because people you're presenting to may not understand what it is, or they may only be aware of one or two branches of first. So you need to explain that it goes K through 12 and just generally a couple simple facts about it. Next slide.
Continuing on the mission statement, if you have not yet developed a mission statement or core values as a team, it is always appropriate to include these and discuss your mission and core values. These are meant as guides for all that a team decides to do, whether it be building robots, creating outreach events, or mentoring other teams. Next slide, please. Every team has a year they were founded, how many years the team has competed as a FIRST robotics competition team, and likely has compiled statistics on their members. How many students, in what grades, what have these students studied in college, or what have they pursued as careers? Statistics show your audience that there are significant impacts for students when they become a part of FIRST Robotics. Next slide, please. The current season's competition. You want to make sure to explain the season's game or refer to the prior year if the most recent game has yet to be revealed. Your audience, again, may have little to no prior knowledge. And pro tip, you can use this time as an opportunity to showcase your robots. Next slide, please.
And speaking of robots, this is the area where you can focus on your robot. Every single robot has things that make them really awesome. And you can show how you design them, whether through CAD or prototypes. Anyone you're presenting to will always love to hear about this type of stuff. You can include CAD models, photos of technical drawings, photos of prototypes, and videos of your robot starting. You can also expand this into a whole bunch of slides focusing on individual parts of the robot. This works especially well if your audience is going to want to learn about your robot, which most of them will. Next slide. You're going to want to include a slide that includes your team accomplishments. Every team has events, activities, robot building, outreach, and projects that you've done. You don't necessarily need to talk about competitions or even awards. Achievements can include stuff as easy as safety training, CAD training, or learning programming. Your audience loves to hear what you've done, and you can include pretty much anything here. Even attending this leadership seminar is an accomplishment. Next slide. All right, outreach. Outreach, of course, is a very important aspect of FIRST.
We, as first teams, are tasked with sharing our enthusiasm about STEM and FIRST robotics to others. An outreach event can be demonstrating the robot to your fellow students in school. It could be talking to a sponsor. It can be a presentation to the school board. It's just a great chance to share your robot. Outreach teaches confidence, presentation skills, and problem-solving skills in real time. Nothing is going to shape an event like having to fix a robot on the spot. And outreach also showcases to sponsors how their name or logo could be seen by potential customers on things like robot signage, t-shirts, or even in presentations. Next slide, please.
You're also going to want to talk about your current team events. Your sponsors want to hear what you're currently doing right now, not just what you've done in the past. You can also talk about, specifically right now, you can talk about how you're meeting, if you're meeting via Zoom or if you're able to meet in person. You can also talk about recent accomplishments, like if you made face shields or anything like that. Next slide, I think.
And lastly, don't forget a thank you slide. Make sure to account for questions in the time you allot for presenting. And don't forget to include your contact info to be able to be contacted with those questions. This is where we can be reached. And lastly, thank you.
So at this point, before we head out into the breakout rooms, does anyone have any questions? If not, we're all good then. Okay.
You might want to, before we go to the next slide, just take a screenshot of this so you can refer to it when we go to the breakout rooms. So I'll hold that for people for a little bit.
So you guys build this slide deck, and then you have this slide deck kind of year over year, and then you just add to it with your new accomplishments kind of every year. Is that the practice?
Yes. Yep.
So we have our basic slides, and then depending on what we're doing, like who we're presenting to, we'll change slides. We might take stuff out, or we might just add specific information, like if we're doing a sponsorship and stuff.
Yeah.
So I know we had one slide deck just like a month or two ago, and it was just like one basic one but it had like multiple slides that were hidden that we would switch around based on who we were talking to, and we'd unhide some and they were like specific questions just for those people. And then for the next group, we would switch it to the next set of questions that are not just like a switch of questions, but they're specified to who we're actually talking to.
And what's great about this is that everyone wants to know what FIRST is. Everyone wants to know the mission. Everyone wants to know core values. Everyone likes team statistics. Everyone wants the current year's game, because if they're outside of FIRST, they don't know that. Everyone wants pictures because pictures help, and everyone wants like everything on here. You're going to use it every single presentation, no matter what. You're going to put it in somehow because they all want to know about it. So having the template just makes it a lot easier, just because it both saves you a lot of time, and if you're doing a lot of presentations, and it also just makes sure that your team message is consistent across all your presentations.
Oh, that's great.
Okay, Rachel, are we ready for the breakout rooms?
All right, so we might need to modify the breakout rooms since we don't have every school in attendance, but we'll do breakout rooms, and we will then help start to work on building your own Tell Me About Your Team presentation.
Will you have, Rachel, will you have students, so Green Machine students kind of breaking out with each?
Yep.
Okay.
So when I look at my breakout room situation right now, I have 2 breakout rooms open, and it looks like we are already assigned to sorry, to rooms. Is that what you guys are seeing?
Can you like maybe reset them to? Would you?
All right. I'm gonna try. It might kick us out. So if you get kicked out, I'm really sorry. We'll have to rejoin and kind of go through that hassle.
I think you can just change the number of rooms. I think there's a place to do that.
Maybe add rooms. Let me try to recreate.
Should we? How many rooms should we have? Should we have one for each participating school? Do you think, Rachel, or?
Yeah, we only have 3 schools. So I think we have enough students to break out, or enough Green Machine students to break out into 3 rooms.
Yeah, that actually might be really helpful then for each team, because then they can work on just their team as opposed to being paired. And then we can redivide up students and mentors.
Okay, so I got I've created 3 rooms right now. No one's assigned to any of them. So all we have to do now is label room 1 is, say for instance, Central, room 2 is Johnson, so forth.
So what are the 3 schools we have represented right now? Johnson,
Washington, and Highland.
Okay.
So, and Sam is right now 1816, pay attention. You are being assigned by Sam to probably different rooms than we had originally thought. So he's working on that.
So why don't we
Okay, Sam, are you ready to start sending your people into room 1, room 2, room 3?
I'm almost there.
Okay. They're all waiting.
Quite a few names.
So James, maybe Johnson is room 1, Washington is room 2, and Highland is room 3 on your.
Yeah, perfect. And then again, you guys should be able to self-select, and then those who can't, just tell me your name and tell me what room you want to go into when the time is right.
Okay. All right, we're gonna send. Let me see the breakout rooms. For room number 2, it's Ian, Sarah, JJ, Donna, and Xana. Room number 3 is Alec, Prudence, Rachel, and Lori Shmizu. And room number 1 with me is Alex Naren and Ian Mcintyre.
I don't have the option to select the rooms. Can you put me in room 2, please? It's Sarah Swan.
Yep. No
This is
problem.
Mason from Washington. Can I be in the Washington breakout room, please?
Number 2.
Who was that? Say your name.
Me?
Yes, Mason. Yep.
Mason. Yeah. Thanks, Nathan.
And that's room 2.
Sorry,
gotcha.
I'm up northwest.
I'm Naren. Can I be put in room 1?
No problem.
This is Anders. Can I be put in room 1?
Anders, room 1. Gotcha.
Xana, room 2, please.
Got you.
Athena, room 3.
Got you.
Alec, ALEC, room 3, please.
Okay.
Thank you.
Prudence, room 3.
All right.
I'll go in room 1.
So, Jim, you said room 1?
Yeah, I'll watch room 1.
Thanks. Yeah, that's I really
Let's see. Donna, do you want to go into room 3 or 2? You're in room 2, okay?
okay.
And I should be in room 3 with Athena and group.
Okay.
Perfect.
And I've joined room 3 on the other one. This was my Google Docs sharing one, so I am good.
Okay. I do not know how to join a room.
No clue how, but I will try.
Are you the host, Mr. James? Are you the do you know if you can give sharing privileges to Mason?
You know, he should have it. So have him try.
I can share. I don't know why. I can
share as well.
Huh.
That's why I thought I was host.
Has disabled participant screen sharing.
Wait, am I? Okay, that's weird.
So I have it set
share
as
as well.
multiple participants can share simultaneously.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, it.
Could help if I just like left the room and came back in or something. Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Um.
Let me go to advanced share options. Nope. That's
slightly weird.
Yeah.
So if we can't
Is there an arrow next to the up arrow next to the share screen button in the bottom?
Not as far as I can see. No, it's not. It's just a share screen button.
Because there should be for anyone who has host privileges on the right, there should be an upward tilde, and you can, or an arrow, and you can click that and then say settings, and it'll show who can share, and then there should be a button that says all participants.
Now let's try this. Can I share my screen?
Oh, yep.
I can.
Okay, so if we can't do screen sharing, why don't you go ahead and make the presentation and we can just kind of talk through it.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just gonna.
Yeah.
This is, do you have a design template like we have our green
No,
triangle?
he doesn't. We already checked.
He doesn't, yeah.
We'll go full. This is weird. It should
now-
right under the multiple screen sharing thing. It should say allow all participants to share. But
for me, I see one participant can share all the time. Multiple participants can share simultaneously, which I have checked. And then it says advanced share options. And when I click
that,
when I click on that, it doesn't give me. So it says who can share, host only, or all participants, but it's grayed out. So
it's grayed out. That's weird.
Are you technically the host?
Oh, here we go. Give me 1 second. All participants. Now try that.
Okay. Still no, but I'm really wondering if this is just like something that's goofed up with my Zoom.
Yeah, because I can share. I don't know.
I think it might be your Zoom.
Yeah, sorry.
It's okay.
Do you want to leave the breakout room and rejoin? And see if that fixes it?
If it won't cause any problems.
No, I think you can just rejoin the same room.
Okay, I might. Yeah. We will see how this goes.
Yeah.
All right. absolute worst case, he can share it with someone and then they can present it, and then we'll figure something out. If
Yeah.
That's not a bad idea, actually. Just having one of you guys pop up a Google slide deck.
Yeah.
And then having him kind of talk over it.
Yeah, if we can't, we were planning to have him share it and do that, but if he can't do that, then we'll just do that, whatever.
Yeah, that's a really good idea. Now he disappeared. That's funny.
We sent him off in the darkness. He never came back.
Yeah.
I think he was having troubles like getting back, like you had to be assigned. And so if there's no one back there that's able to assign him to the room, I'm not sure if he can get back in.
Well,
Wait, so he had to be assigned? This is really weird. Because if he had to be assigned, then he might be a member, and not like I feel like everyone here might be a host. I'm very confused on why he has to be assigned and no one else does.
Screen sharing. Oh, just kidding. I had to be assigned and I cannot do screen sharing.
I had to be assigned, but I can do screen sharing.
You have to click on it. I think I can, but if you click on it, you can't.
Yeah, no, never mind, I can't.
So anyone who could join themselves.
Is there a way to tell if you're a host?
I mean, I'm not a host, but I can share. Like, I can't do anything. I can't kick anyone. I can't physically do anything.
Here, let's see if I can kick someone.
But I can share.
I can't kick people. Oh well. I'm sorry, how do you pronounce your last name?
Oh, you can just call me James.
Okay, James is the host, so he should be able to.
Worst case, when James comes back, or not James, when what was his? I'm forgetting his name now. When he comes back, thank you. When he comes back, you can just make him host, and then he'll be able to share, even though.
Okay.
And then that'll bypass that, I guess. I don't know what's going on.
All right, so here he just sent me an email that says, I don't know if you're able to see this, but I'm locked out of the first meeting. It says, please wait until the host lets you in.
Yeah, so you're gonna need to, you can let him into the meeting. I don't know how to, you might have to go back to the main room to do that though.
Oh, good point. Oh, okay, how do I get out of here? So. How does one leave?
There's a leave room button at the bottom. If you hover your mouse over share.
Leave room, got it. And meeting, leave breakout room.
Hi. Okay. James can make you the host then, and then you should be able to. But if that doesn't work, we can also get your email, and then one of us can share while you work on a slideshow if we have a shared presentation.
Like I could just share this like skeleton template with one of you and have you share it.
Yeah, sure. I'll put my email in the chat.
Great. Yeah. Yeah. And I will say right now what I'm thinking is, since we don't have like a specific presentation style or anything, I'm just going to do this as like a skeleton, really basic style. Just,
Yeah, I was going to say that afterwards. This isn't really for designing graphic design stuff. This is more just for the words.
Yeah.
So.
All right, guys, that sounds like the plan to go with, because I don't see any option to make him the host.
Yeah. Okay. My email's in the chat, so you can.
Yeah, there should be a Google slide coming your way.
Awesome. Thank you.
If you go to participants, you can hover over his name, and there should be like a more, and then there should be a drop down, and it'll say like make host.
So what I see is more, and then under that I see chat, stop video, allow to record, rename, remove.
Oh, weird. Okay.
Yeah.
And if you sweet. Well, I don't know then.
So I'm on a Mac, and usually they restrict a lot of options on a Mac. So yeah, I don't know. But it sounds like we got to
figure it out.
We got to figure it out. Good idea on your end.
Is it shown up for you yet, JJ?
You're muted, JJ.
Give me a second. Yep, there we go. Wait, no, that's the wrong one.
starting point is we're going to get.
So here
Does
you
everyone
You
on
can
your
put
team
them in
know
and
these
then-
values?
I think most of the people who have been here before like the start of this season does, if that makes sense. Because that's kind of what derailed us, is we were focusing a lot before the 2019-2020 season on them. And then we got slightly derailed in the chaos of build. But I think
All
most
right. Yeah, so you're going to want to make sure that everyone does, because if you're making a speech, even without these slides, because your actual speech is going to mirror these slides if you're doing it without them. So
you guys have a mission.
maybe make this more broad. You can do your mission and core values in one slide, and that way you don't have to spend so much time. Yeah, that'll work.
And so these kind of like actual things we can kind of we can skip on to the next slide. You can put these in later too. So.
Okay. Next slide. I'm just going to keep using the same layout style. Okay, so next would be like team statistics. Problem is our team is really in flux right now because we had a lot of seniors graduate last year and we haven't really been able to do our usual recruitment efforts.
Then put last year's statistics on.
Yeah.
Yep.
You can do when you guys are founded.
You can even do how many years you've been a team, or just use last year's statistics, and then once you have a finalized team for this year, just update them.
And you can even say it's because of COVID. It's been really hard to get a consistent number because kids are worried about their safety and everything. And like we want to make sure every kid feels safe, and so we haven't had a time to get everyone in the same room and be like, you are team number one, you are team number two. So I mean, everyone's gonna understand that COVID's an issue. So even if you just put last year's statistics and say we don't have a updated number on this yet, mainly because kids aren't sure when they're going back to school or things like that.
Oh crap. I thought I had some of our statistics pulled up somewhere, but I can't find them right now, so I'm just going to say like more statistics here.
Can you go on to the next slide? Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sweet, yeah, that'll work. Do you guys know what year you guys were founded? You said you were founded a year, right? Yeah,
2009. I think that's my best guess because I seem to remember that last year was our 10th year because we were like cheering on our head coach for that. So
next slide. Do you guys have any awards that you've won or
awards that we've won? None that come to mind.
That's okay. That's okay. So
yeah, one thing I can highlight that's kind of cool is that we've competed in like 3 separate tournaments in the Upper Midwest. The U of M tournament that I can't remember the name of, the Great Lakes Duluth tournament, and the Grand Forks one. Sure, I can never remember the tournament names.
That's good. That's a good start.
The first website says your rookie year was 2012. I don't know if that's accurate.
I'm gonna say 2012, but I am going to I'm gonna keep this discrepancy to remind me to check with my coach about that because I know that.
Because I just looked up your team number because I was trying to figure out if there's anything like we're missing with like awards or something, right? And I was just looking at the first website and I was like, yeah, it says 2012. So
might be because I don't know how First does it, but our school changed location. Like Washington's building, we moved to a new building around that time, so that might have messed with it. I don't know if that would cause a discrepancy, but okay. Moving. Sorry.
JJ, do you mind going down the slide? Thank you.
We're all watching you type, no pressure.
Okay.
This is also where you can put stuff like safety training. I had a list, didn't I? Safety training, learning CAD.
Yeah. Because I mean, in some ways, I think kind of one of our biggest achievements is just like, hey, we've taught a lot of people a lot of kind of specific, like STEM organizational things.
Okay, next slide. We can talk about the current year's game. So you can just write current year's game, and then because I mean we all know this, so you could probably add that later. So
That's also a good spot to put the reveal video, or at least a cut portion of it.
I might also just add at the top of this like explanation of year-to-year games, because I don't necessarily think everyone would, if we just started talking about like, oh yeah, here's the game for 2020, I feel like some people would be like, what, why, what are you saying?
One thing you can do with that is you can say that unlike hockey or basketball, the game changes every year, which means the rules, the regulations, and the game elements change. So for this year's, I would just use last year's and this year's if you're going to do that, because that way you don't have to tell them the entire history of first. There's a lot of games. But you could say, like, for example, last year we placed circular discs on holes to keep balls from rolling out. And this year we shot balls from 30 feet away into a target at 40 miles per hour, example. So that will get you a comparison.
Yep.
Okay. So then the next slide can be a description of your robot. Add a couple of pictures there. You can describe it, what your robot does, what you guys designed it to do, maybe pictures of your cat as well. So that next slide is just gonna be all about your robot.
Yeah, there's a wonderful picture of actually an early design failure that I would love to put in, because we had a tower elevator system, and there's this picture of one of our mentors just looking aghast as a dodgeball protrudes out the back of our tower, like is half squeezed out the back of our tower. And
that's the type of stuff that you want. You want to show the design process.
Yeah.
But you also want to make very, very clear, if you're going down that path, that your team is not a bad team. That your team is actually brilliant. And this was one very tiny step of your robot. You iterated countlessly since this time, and you learned from this mistake through this mentored dodgeball. And you took this photo to document that mistake so you wouldn't make that same mistake again.
Yep.
All right.
Would this also, just your opinion, would it be better to have, because I'm thinking of one particularly cool highlight from an actual match at Duluth. Would that be something in this slide or like in a separate slide?
You could put that in the
Yes. You could, well, this is just one slide that can be split into like a whole bunch of different slides. So that's up to you. If you have extra space, you can embed the video, or you can put it on a completely separate slide.
Okay.
Wait, so what happened? What is this?
Basically, we were told pre-match that the other two teams, who were both like very good teams, didn't want us climbing because they thought we would mess up their double climb. And then 10 seconds left in the match, one of their climbers fails, and we zoom in, hook up, and balance with like 10 seconds remaining.
Nice. Okay.
That would work, yeah. You can put that here, and then I would cut it down to like the last 20, 30, 25 seconds, because you don't want to show them the entire match. Entire matches are boring.
Yeah,
but,
definitely.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just gonna keep that there. And then
Yeah. So what kind of outreach do you guys do, if you do any? That would go on the next slide. It's a more description of your outreach. What you guys do
not as much as I think most of us would like, honestly.
But this can be qualified as anything. This can be teaching other members, and this is even outreach. You guys are coming to learn about how to develop your team and learn a bit more. So you're so here this could be considered outreach. As you said, you're teaching kids CAD, and
that's for sure outreach.
that's also outreach.
Anytime your team interacts with another team, it's outreach.
Yeah.
Or another person. Heck, if you go to someone's house, right, and you talk to them about your robot, someone comes into your shop, they talk to you about your robot. You're technically doing outreach. I mean, you're talking to someone, you're getting some engagement first. Now, you can emphasize that. You can be like, we talked to many people over the school year at events, at competitions, about the importance of first and advocacy. And then that's advocacy. Even if it's not like a distinct one-time event, you can still say it because you did it. It just wasn't over one distinct time period.
Yeah, and I will say, starting last year, a couple of us did help as Fll Mentors, so that...
I'm sorry for your loss. Fll mentoring it's great, yeah.
There were the fun part was that there were 2 kids on the FLL team. There was a 1-to-1 mentor-student ratio, and it was an interesting experience. I was one of the people mentoring.
I was in charge. Well, me and Adele were in charge of mentoring for our FLL team. It didn't go great when all of our code got deleted. People were crying.
Oh, that sucks. FLL, FRC, wherever. You hate to hear that.
Are you presenting with any other groups within the school?
So, like other teams in specific?
Well, not within the teams, but are you presenting at, say, an engineering class or something like that?
Not.
Well, do you guys have a activity fair?
We normally, the way our team normally recruits is that we have near the start of the year, a bake sale to just like get publicity, get our name out, and then just basically start putting out flyers and getting the word out through our engineering teachers who also happen to be the head coaches. Surprise.
You can for your bake sale, like that's outreach too.
Okay. Wow. Yeah. But in general, first of all, I think we might present to the engineering classes sometimes, but if we don't, I'm going to talk to our coaches about that.
I don't think we actually do that, do we?
We do. Polis, we might not necessarily present directly, but I mean, Polis tells everyone about robotics at every moment.
I mean, I always wear a Green Machine shirt, and it's like the only thing I have, so that might...
I think it's happened in the past.
They used to present. I remember being in 9th grade, and Morgan and Simone came and presented to my AP Gov class.
We also, I don't know how I forgot this, we also show off our robot at the state fair every year.
Okay, yeah, take off the bake sale and run that and put that. Just take off the bake sale, put the showcase at the state fair, because bake sale, it's outreach, but it's also not because you're fundraising. Yeah. Like you're charging money for it. So that's gonna be a stronger one. Especially with COVID, everyone sees bake sale and they're like, they're killing people.
I see state fair with COVID and I'm like, but okay. I'm trying to think. Yeah, and I mean the problem is I really can't talk a lot about what we're doing now because it's like really up in the air because I mean
do you honestly, currently meet at all?
Yeah, just like
via Zoom. This is a later slide actually. Yeah. So you can talk about how you're meeting or how you would like to meet or talk about how you're not meeting. There's
Are you working to meet at all?
I would say we are.
Okay, so how are you doing that?
We're basically trying to get students in our in our team, it's a Discord server, but Discord, Slack, I'm forgetting the name for it, like kind of our online hub. We're basically trying to get all of the students in there to look at that list of competitions for the year and talk about which ones they would be interested in focusing on. And from there, once we get enough responses to that, we're hoping to start moving forward in a more organized way.
So you're maintaining team communication and strengthening safety.
Thank you.
See, this is why Ian always wins for this or that.
It's just you just gotta you gotta say the larger picture things. Yeah, that's what you're
Do
doing.
you mind if I just quote you for now?
Yeah, sure, whatever. Ensure, and then say ensuring student safety or something like that. Yeah, that'll work.
I will also say
Just a heads up, we can ask for more time.
really true.
We have less than 2 minutes left.
Oh, wow.
We can always ask for more time, and I think we were told we were going until 12. So
I heard this.
Yeah, we can always ask for more time, but we're all going to get booted back to the main room in a minute and 30 seconds.
In all of your presentation experienced opinions, is there any major facet I am missing from the skeleton right now?
The thank you slide.
Yes, thank you. Definitely.
You put a title slide at the top, right? Yeah, you did. We're good. If you have like a large repository of pictures, you can just take pictures from those. Like most of our pictures are a couple years old. I think I'm only in one of them in all of our presentations. So no, this is not a joke. It's the one from the state fair where I'm in the very back.
JJ, my eyes are always closed in every single presentation photo we have. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, I also, there's this one presentation photo where I'm like I was about to push my hair back, and it's like just captures you right as I'm doing that. So it looked really odd. Photos are always taken at some weird times, and everyone will look a little weird in them.
There's a wonderful, just like over the years, we've gotten a wonderful just collection of pictures of people just looking incredibly frazzled in our pits in the middle of competitions, team photographers.
My favorite picture of Ian is the one where he's drenched from running for a while in the rain and he's explaining our core values to me. Yeah, you want me to send it to you, Ian? Because I still have that.
I need this photo. I have not seen this photo in a while. I need this photo.
Yeah, let me.
Slack it to me. Yeah, slack it to me if you
There's
can.
a picture of the woman who used to be our head programmer before me holding a toolbox because she was cleaning it up during pit. And as a programmer, the expression she has of, I am holding this toolbox and doing physical things with the robot is not something I am used to, combined with the raw tiredness of like Friday 5 p.m. it's an emotionally charged picture. Okay. Speaking of thank yous, thank you all so much.
This is what we're here for.
Well, I mean, and thank you for being here for that.
Yeah, thank you for participating. I'm sorry we had some tech issues early on, but I think we're getting somewhere. Yeah.
We're currently at 0 seconds remaining, but
oh boy.
But it hasn't kicked us out yet, so it's fine.
This is the good tech issue.
So do we have any? I would say probably one picture per slide.
Hi, James.
Hello.
Hi. Are you pulling us all back into the main room?
So I was in breakout room 2. They needed a few more minutes, like a minute or two. So I just kept it there. Are you guys ready to go?
Yeah, we can come back to the main room.
Okay, I think we're ready to go too. So keep breakout rooms open, close now.
Okay.
So we should be heading back.
Pretty good. We're getting the hang of this somehow.
Yeah, so I think I closed all the rooms. We should all be back here. I'm gonna admit Prudence.
I think Prudence left before.
It's very prudent
Yeah.
of me.
Prudence has left the building.
Yeah, she did. She was so quick to exit. She exited.
Yeah, I think in our room, we figured out that, you know, when you leave the room, when you haven't been invited back, then you are given the option to leave the meeting, which of course is confusing. So one new Zoom learning for me, at least today. So thanks for that side benefit.
Yeah.
I think we're pretty much all back. Are we all back? I think we're back.
Yep, we started with 18 and we're back at 18.
Okay.
We had 19 at some point. So.
Yeah.
I think that was Rachel.
Yeah, that was me.
Yeah. She had to have a couple of screens going. Okay. Cool. All right. And we're back. Rachel, where are we in our day? And I think we're getting ready to essentially wrap up for our day.
Great. So I hope that, yes, okay. All right. Hope everyone had a good breakout experience. Thank you for being very patient as we navigate Zoom. So we're going to be meeting next Saturday. So got a lot of information thrown at you. So the homework for next week and what we'll spend our next week Saturday on is we'll hear a report out from each of the teams on your team's Tell Me About Your Team presentation, and we can't wait to learn more about each one of your teams. So hopefully during your breakout sessions, you're able to get a good start or some resources, and during the week, if you have questions, need help, please reach out to your Green Machine counterparts, and we would be more than willing to help you and get you on the right path. Anything else I'm missing?
I just want to confirm, so as per that contact, the only email I have is Ms. Shimizu's email, if I'm saying that right. Is that where I should email to, or is there a better place if I need anything?
So what we recommended to Athena in our room is that she reach out to the 1816 students who were in the room helping. And if you were working with Anders, if you would please put your name and email in the chat so that he can reach out directly to you.
Just
and
DM it to him, direct message it. So it's, yeah.
Yep. And I believe it would also be to Mason. If you were working with Mason, if you could direct message him.
Mason's got me. We're good.
You're good? Perfect. Yeah. Oh, he's on top of this. All right. I should know better. Perfect. But that way you can have a direct connect to the individuals you were working with, and they can step you through whatever it is that you have questions about. And yes, if last resort, you really can't figure it out, I am absolutely happy to be the contact and will further direct you on. No worries.
I would just add too that all of you that are participating from St. Paul got that email from Lori with the prep for this. And then also, if you replied to that, if you wanted feedback or you want someone outside of the student groups to give you feedback or talk about anything, I'll be paying attention to my email during the week. I just want to say I was really impressed with what happened in the breakout room that I sat in, and not knowing exactly what all the details of this were going in, what you all at Green Machine, your students, have put together, and the way that you've helped support and produce something that is really so valuable to not only communicate about your teams, but for you and for students on your teams to understand what your teams are about and what's important in your teams is really really impressive. I really appreciate the efforts that you all have put in, and I'm really impressed by it.
Yeah, I would reflect the same thing. I was in breakout room 2, and what I was hearing and seeing was just incredibly impressive. So nice job, you guys.
Thank you guys so much for participating. It's been really helpful, and you guys have been great. Been truly amazing, and we've all got templates now, and it all worked out. So that's it's tech issues, but it all got resolved. So thank you guys so much.
Also, from 4229 Magnatech, thank you for having us and helping us create this presentation.
Thank you, Mason. Always good. All right, team members. If everyone is good, no further questions, concerns, comments, feedbacks, you can sign off, but I will ask Jim and James if you wouldn't mind just staying on for a couple minutes. And
so quickly before we all sign off, just so I'm clear, about the ask from our students for next week, are they meeting in this next week? Are they expected to go out, meet with their team, and kind of rally around this slide deck, and pull together the information that will build up this awesome slide deck that now they're going to come and present next week? Is that the ask between now and next week?
yes, the idea would be for each of our lead students here to go back to their teams and work with as many students as they can, reach out to as many team members as possible, and get information and get feedback so that their presentation is as complete as it can be at this particular point. So that when we meet again next week, we're sharing out and assisting with additional pieces and thoughts that might want to be included.
Oh,
but this is a big part of now you need to go back and do the buy-in from your team, because they may well have additional thoughts and things that they'd like to see in a presentation.
And I definitely see, as I watched you all putting this together, these presentations are just like the robots that we build, right? They're never done. They're never perfect. They never work quite how you expect them. You try them out in different situations and you think, oh, maybe we should have chosen different words there. So, I think as you students, you probably already know this with your experience, but, next week, it will not be perfect. It will never be perfect. It'll be a snapshot of, how you understand the team right now.
All right. Well, thank you, and bye, everybody.
See you guys next weekend, or maybe not. Yeah.
Can we clear a room or what?
Saturday at noon, that's what happens with a bunch of kids.
This worked exceptionally well. I was up last night really, really concerned about how this might work. I am beyond just awed by all of these young people. They really did a great job this morning.
Well, you guys did a great job in assembling this and thinking through it. So thank you so much.
really the thanks are to Rachel, who I think she's on multiple computers, who knows which one she's on. But really the thanks are to Rachel for truly stepping all of us through and thinking through what does it actually mean to be able to get up in front of a group of people and talk about your team. It was, I think, an eye-opener for not just your students, but for our students as well. They learned an awful lot today as well. And that's just to the better for this whole group. And if nothing else, I think they all made a new friend this morning, which right now is incredibly valuable.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I think some of, you know, again,